episode of The Leftovers. This episode is going to be an accompaniment to my usual podcast, which is Sunday Brunch with Megan and Chris, which posts every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern over on secretstageproductions.com. If you'd prefer, you can always listen to it on YouTube, Google Play Music, Stitcher, or iTunes. We'd also love your feedback. So if you have anything to say, then let us know. It's also how we get discovered, so anything you have to say always helps. Okay. Recently, I tried something new on these. I would just go over the questions that I didn't get a chance to answer on the normal podcast, but some people were saying that they kind of wanted to hear a little more from me, and I'm always happy to talk. And so I thought that I would talk about something. Recently, I wrote a post where I talked about the few things that I felt like we didn't learn growing up. And these things included the fact that sometimes not doing anything is good. Or that the lessons that we learn in school, they might not be exactly what we need in life, but they teach us some lessons along the way. The one thing I really wanted to focus on is the one that people seem to be honing in on, is the fact that I said that one of the most prominent lessons that I've learned throughout my life is that today is a special occasion. And I kind of paint this picture with a special bottle of wine. And I said, a lot of people have something that they're saving for a special occasion. And yet they go on saving it for a special occasion for a very long time, and that special occasion just never seems to come. And the problem here is that the occasions might be special, and things might happen that you feel are special, but you never feel like they're quite special enough. And so the lesson I would like to share with you that I've learned and that I think would be worthwhile for everyone to know is that today, as normal and bland and boring and uneventful and seemingly unspecial as it may be, is still a special occasion. Another example, I've had a candle that I love the way it smells, and I love probably my favorite candle. I know it was expensive, and I really, really like it. It was a gift, and I value it, and I think it's great, and yet I've never burned it because that idea that as soon as I do, I will use it and it won't be there. And that fear that I won't have something for a special occasion is kind of there. And it's weird. But I've had this candle for years. And I think to myself, when am I going to use this candle? Am I ever going to use it? Is the day where it feels like it's the right day to burn this candle ever going to get here? And the answer is, if I'm waiting for that special day, then no, it's probably not ever going to come. And so all you can do is you can say today is a special day because I'm in it, and because I'm able to live, and I'm able to follow my dreams, and I'm able to do incredible things with just a normal day. And I'm going to reward myself with that. I'm going to treat today like it's a special day. And when you start acknowledging that your days are special and that you can do great things even on normal days, then you realize that in reality, all days really are special days. If you continue to wait around for that special day to get here where it feels special, then unfortunately you're going to be disappointed in the rest of days, and you're holding an incredibly unrealistic standard for what special means. And unfortunately, when the special day arrives, it might not feel as special as you had hoped, and so you might pass it by not knowing how important that day really was. So I try to live a lesson of knowing that every day in its own right is very special and should still be treated as a special occasion. And I feel like that's something I didn't learn soon enough in life, that I wish I had learned it sooner. But as I wrote in the post, it's not really something that it's easy to teach, and there's no lesson plan that encompasses treating today like it's special. So that's my thoughts on it. Maybe you can share your own. I recommend that you reach out to me. Tell me what you think. Hit me up on Twitter at tipsy_writer. Check out my website, tipsywriter.com. There's a way to contact me on there. I'd really be interested in knowing your thoughts on special occasions and treating today like it's a special occasion, or maybe not. Maybe you think that we should treat days like they're normal, so that we can party it up on those special days. I don't know, but I'd like to hear what you think. Anyway, to the point that I usually get to on this it's not really a podcast, this audio cast follow up to Sunday Brunch with Megan and Chris, which again you can find on secretstageproductions.com/Sunday Brunch. I highly recommend if you haven't yet listened to this week's episode. It's a fantastic one. There are some good impressions on there. It's definitely worth checking out. We've gotten some good feedback from people, so we always appreciate that. I used this time to answer some questions about things that I didn't get a chance to get to on the podcast. You, the listener, send me your questions. I try to answer them, but unfortunately I'm limited in time, so I can't get to all of them. I did have a few this week that were left over that I wanted to cover, so if you didn't hear yours answered on the podcast, have no fear. I'm going to try to answer those now. This week, I had listeners send me questions about celebrities. I follow celebrities somewhat. I read TMZ. I see people trending on Twitter and automatically assume that they're dead. But I don't know that I know a ton about celebrity life. But I have some questions that I thought I would answer for you. Anyway, let's just jump into those. First question, did you ever dream about being a celebrity? Yes. I very much wanted to be Britney Spears. But maybe not her. But I really wanted to be a singer. I grew up singing. I was classically trained. I sang competitively for a very long time. I've done lots of performances. I still sing for my dog, sometimes purposefully to annoy her. I sing terribly in the car. I tell my friends that I put on a one-man concert every time I drive somewhere. But I don't know that I'd be a good celebrity. I really like to kind of maintain a sense of privacy. I like to be left alone when I go to the grocery store. Things like that. I don't know that I'd really be cut out for it. But yeah, there was a point in my life where I very much thought that maybe I would like that. But as we get older, we realize that maybe it's not for the best. What about Vine stars? What's going to happen to them? It is my understanding that for Vine, they're kind of just transitioning it over so that Twitter can kind of take over on that. However, I think that for a lot of Vine stars, if they really were a, quote, star, they have kind of evolved into doing other things. I know a lot of them have gone on to be spokesmen for some big brands. Some of them have made movies. They've done a lot of different, very exciting things. I didn't really initially see Vine branching out and being all these, spawning these great stars, but it's been interesting. I enjoyed Vine while it was around. I never really got into it too much. I don't think I ever made a Vine, but I was sad to see it go. But I wish nothing but the best for the people who that was their jumping off point. Who would play you in a movie about your life? That's a good question. I'm really not sure. I don't even know how to answer this question. I feel like I could go with a big star and say someone like Emma Stone or something like that. Someone goofy, someone very real. But I don't know. I don't know that I really know anyone quite like me, especially in the performance business. I don't know how to answer that. If you know someone who you feel like would be a good representation of me, I would love to know because I really have no idea. Challenge question. Let me know. Who would you most be likely to write a biography about? I'm not really sure. Again, I feel like I'm really copping out on these questions this week. I'm not sure. I think I would like to look at groups more so. Maybe I could look at, a sports team on a year that they were very successful and look at the people who played and look at where they came from and say, despite, these people's very different backgrounds, which inevitably they are, they all came together and they formed something great. I think something along those lines would be more of what I would want to write about. I'm not sure that I would be very good at honing in on one person for a long time. I tend to kind of need to jump around in order to be interested. Anyway, I know that's probably a terrible answer, but it's all I got. I don't know. I'm weird. Anyway, that's all that I have for this week. So I want to thank everyone who sent in their questions. If you didn't hear yours answered here, that means it was probably answered on the podcast. So if you haven't yet listened to that, head over to secretstageproductions.com right now. Search for Sunday Brunch. We'll pop up. You'll be able to listen to it. It was a great episode. So yeah, I highly recommend, if you haven't yet listened to it, go listen to it. If you've missed an episode, go listen to past episodes there. We try not to hit on too many current events so that they're still timely if you want to go back and catch up. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at tipsy_writer. If you want to find Chris, you can find him at casting4two or Mr. CMH. Either one are fine. Until next time. Yes, that one. Not until then. I don't know what then is. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic week.